I want to ask you something personal, and I want you to answer honestly, just to yourself. Do you remember a time when you had a dream? A real dream? Something you wanted so badly that you could feel it in your chest? Maybe it was learning a new language. Maybe it was starting a business. Maybe it was becoming someone your family would be proud of. You remember that feeling, right? That fire, that energy, that voice inside you saying, "Yes, I can do this. I will do this." Now tell me, where is that fire today? For many of you, that fire is smaller than it used to be. For some of you, that fire went out completely. And you don't even know exactly when it happened. It just did.
That feeling has a name. It is called losing motivation. And it is one of the most painful, most confusing, most misunderstood experiences a human being can go through. Because from the outside, everything looks fine. You are still waking up. You are still going through your day. But inside, something important is missing. Today, on Learn English with One Question, we are going to find out exactly why this happens. I am your host, David Phil, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you will understand yourself a little better, and you will know some powerful English words to describe exactly how you feel. Let's begin.
I want to tell you about a young woman named Lila. Lila was 24 years old. She had just graduated from university. She had a degree in design. She had big dreams. She wanted to build her own creative studio one day. At 22, she was unstoppable. She woke up at 6 in the morning, full of energy. She worked on her designs late into the night. She sent emails, she built her portfolio, she applied for jobs. She believed with every part of her heart that the world was waiting for her. And then the rejections came. 1, then 5, then 12. Every email she sent, silence. Every application she submitted, no reply. Every time she thought, this one is it, disappointment.
At first, Lila told herself, "It is okay. Keep going. Strong people do not give up." And she kept going. But the rejections kept coming too. And slowly, so slowly that she almost did not notice, something inside her began to change. She started waking up at 8 instead of 6, then at 10. She stopped opening her design software. She stopped checking her emails. She stopped dreaming about the studio. She spent more and more time lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling something she could not describe. Not sadness exactly, not anger, something heavier, something quieter. She felt drained. Drained, this is our first vocabulary word today. When you feel drained, you feel completely empty of energy, like a phone battery that has gone to zero, like a well that has run out of water. Lila was drained, not because she was weak, but because she had given everything she had and received nothing back.
One day, her younger sister asked her, "Layla, what happened to your dream?" And Lila looked at her sister, and for the first time in months, she cried. Not because the dream was gone, but because she had stopped believing she deserved it. That is the real story of losing motivation. It is not laziness. It is not weakness. It is what happens when a person gives their heart completely, and the world does not respond the way they hoped. And today, we are going to understand exactly why this happens, and what the science of the human mind tells us about it.
So why do people lose motivation? I am going to give you 3 powerful reasons today. 3 reasons that science and psychology have confirmed again and again. And with each reason, we learn important English vocabulary together. Because understanding why something happens is the first step toward changing it. Let's go.
Reason number 1. Your brain needs progress to stay motivated. Here is something most people do not know about the human brain. Your brain runs on a chemical called dopamine. You have probably heard this word before. Dopamine is the chemical your brain releases when something good happens. When you eat something delicious, dopamine. When someone tells you that you did a great job, dopamine. When you finish a task, dopamine. Dopamine is your brain's reward system. And here is the key. Motivation is not something you have before you start. Motivation is something your brain gives you as a reward for making progress. Read that again. Motivation comes after progress, not before. Most people wait to feel motivated before they begin. But the brain does not work that way. The brain gives you motivation as a reward for starting.
So when Lila stopped seeing any results, no job offers, no positive responses, no progress, her brain stopped releasing dopamine. And without dopamine, motivation disappears. This is called a reward cycle. Our second vocabulary word, cycle. A cycle is a repeated pattern that goes around and around, like the seasons, like day and night. The reward cycle works like this. You take action, you see progress, your brain releases dopamine, you feel motivated, and so you take more action. But when the progress stops, the cycle breaks. And when the cycle breaks, the motivation disappears with it. This is why small wins matter so much. When you are losing motivation, you do not need a huge success. You just need one small win to restart the cycle. One tiny step forward to remind your brain that progress is still possible. Reason number 2. Burnout is invisible until it is too late. Our third vocabulary word today is burnout. Burnout. Say it clearly. Burn out. Burnout is a state of complete mental and physical exhaustion caused by long periods of stress and overwork. The word exhaust means to use up completely. When you exhaust something, there is nothing left. Burnout is when you have exhausted yourself so deeply that your mind and body simply refuse to continue. Scientists first described burnout in the 1970s, but in 2025, it has become one of the most common human experiences in the world. Because the modern world never stops demanding things from us. Work messages at midnight, social media pressure 24 hours a day, the constant feeling that you should be doing more, achieving more, becoming more. The dangerous thing about burnout is that it is invisible in the early stages. You do not wake up one morning and say, today I am burned out. It creeps in slowly. First, you feel a little tired. Then you feel a little less excited about things you used to love. Then ordinary tasks start feeling overwhelming. Overwhelming. This is our fourth vocabulary word. When something feels overwhelming, it feels too big, too much, too heavy to handle. When burnout is complete, even simple things feel overwhelming. Getting out of bed feels overwhelming. Answering one message feels overwhelming. This is not weakness. This is biology.
Your brain and body are sending you one clear message. We have nothing left to give. We need rest. The tragedy is that most people respond to burnout by pushing harder, by forcing themselves, by feeling ashamed of their exhaustion. And that only makes the burnout deeper and more damaging.
Reason number 3. Your why has become invisible. This is perhaps the most important reason of all, and it is also the most personal. Every human being needs a reason, a purpose, something that answers the question, why am I doing this? In English, we call this your why. Your why is your deepest reason for doing what you do. When your why is clear and strong, you can survive almost anything. Difficulty, rejection, failure, exhaustion. None of these can stop a person who has a powerful why. But when your why becomes invisible, when you forget why you started, when the original reason loses its meaning, motivation collapses completely and quickly.
Think about Lila. She started designing because she loved creating beautiful things. She loved the feeling of seeing an empty page become something meaningful. That was her why. But after months of rejections, she began focusing entirely on the result, the job, the studio, the success. And when the results did not come, her why got buried under the disappointment. She forgot that she loved the process. She only remembered the pain of the outcome. Our 5th vocabulary word is purpose. Purpose is the reason behind what you do, the deep meaning that makes your actions feel important. Viktor Frankl, a famous psychologist, once wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." People do not lose motivation because they are lazy or weak. People lose motivation because they have lost their purpose. And when you reconnect with your purpose, even for one moment, the motivation comes back. Not all at once, but it comes back.
Time to review. We learned 5 important English words today. I will say each word slowly and clearly. Repeat after me, out loud. Your voice needs to practice too. Here we go. Word 1, drained, meaning completely empty of energy, like a battery at 0%. Example sentence. Lila felt completely drained after months of rejection. Common phrase, I am emotionally drained. Use this when you feel exhausted, not in your body, but in your heart and mind. This is a very natural and powerful phrase that English speakers use every day. Word 2, cycle, meaning a repeated pattern that goes around and keeps repeating itself. Example sentence. When the reward cycle breaks, motivation disappears. Common phrase, it is a vicious cycle. Vicious means very harmful. A vicious cycle is a pattern where each problem causes another problem, going around and around, getting worse. This phrase is extremely common in spoken English. Word 3, burnout, meaning a state of complete mental and physical exhaustion from long periods of stress. Example sentence. Burnout is one of the most common human experiences in the modern world. Common phrase, I think I am experiencing burnout. Use this when you feel too exhausted to continue doing what you are doing, even if you used to love it. Very important word in today's English. Word 4, overwhelming, meaning too big, too much, or too heavy to handle. Example sentence. When burnout is complete, even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Common phrase. This feels overwhelming to me. Use this when a situation feels too difficult or too much to deal with. very widely used in everyday English conversations about stress and pressure.
Word number 5, purpose. Meaning, the deep reason behind what you do. The meaning that makes your actions feel important. Example sentence. People do not lose motivation because they are weak. They lose it because they have lost their purpose. Common phrase. I am trying to find my purpose. One of the most meaningful and widely used phrases in modern English. You will hear it in interviews, podcasts, books, and conversations all over the world. And remember these important phrases from today. Reward cycle, the pattern of action, progress, dopamine, and motivation that your brain depends on. Vicious cycle, a harmful repeating pattern where each problem creates the next. And your why, your deepest personal reason for doing something. These are real English expressions that educated speakers use in conversations, in books, and in their most honest moments. Now they are yours. Use them with confidence. Quiz time. 3 questions. Think before I give the answer. Say it out loud. That is how your brain remembers. Ready? Question 1. Lila felt completely empty of energy after months of rejection. What is the English word we used for this feeling? The answer is drained. Wonderful. Question 2. The state of complete mental and physical exhaustion caused by long periods of stress. What do we call this in English? The answer is burnout. Excellent. And question 3. The deep reason behind why you do something. The meaning that makes your actions feel important. What is the English word for this? The answer is purpose. If you got all 3 correct, I am genuinely proud of you. And I mean that with my whole heart.
Before I say goodbye, I want to say something directly to you. If you are someone who has lost motivation right now, if you are someone lying in bed some mornings, wondering where your fire went, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not a failure. You are a human being who gave too much, waited too long for a result that did not come, and whose brain simply ran out of fuel. That is not a character flaw. That is biology. That is being human. And the most important thing I want you to remember today is this. Motivation does not come first. Action comes first. Even the smallest action, even one tiny step. Open the language app for 5 minutes. Write 1 sentence. Read 1 page. Take 1 small step. And watch what your brain does next. It will reward you. The cycle will restart. And slowly, quietly, beautifully, the fire will come back. I have seen it happen. I believe it will happen for you.
Thank you for watching today's episode of Learn English with One Question. I am David Phil, and spending this time with you is genuinely one of my favorite things in the world. If this video reached something inside you today, if it taught you 1 new English word, or made you feel understood for even 1 moment, please give this video a thumbs up right now. It is the most powerful thing you can do to help this channel. And if you are not yet part of our family, please press that subscribe button today. Every single week, we ask 1 powerful question, explore 1 deep human experience, and learn real, beautiful English together. You do not want to miss a single episode. I will see you next week. Until then, take 1 small step today. Just 1. And please, be patient with yourself. You are doing better than you think. Take care, my dear friend.